Hello beautiful people and welcome to the channel. My name's Reverend Debbie and I talk about all things to do with narcissistic, abusive and toxic relationships, as well as looking at healing from them. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about what if the narcissist is an addict. So it's part of my what if series. I'm trying to look at different parts of the what ifs. So if you have any ideas of what you would like me to talk about, pop something in the comments below. So this is a big topic. There are many different types of addictions. There's alcohol addiction, drug addiction, sex addiction, porn addiction, gambling, smoking, many different addictions. But how does this affect the narcissist if they are an addict? So I'm going to talk about that in the video. But first, if you enjoy it, please hit the like button. Need some thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. I really do need some more subscribers. I really want to get the message out there about all of these kind of relationships, because at the moment I'm seeing it more and more. And that's a topic for another video, which I'm going to be doing shortly. So please subscribe to the channel. Share with your family and friends, and if you want to, you can email me at debbiewolfmoon@yahoo.co.uk to discuss things further. So, as I mentioned, addictions. Is an addiction really healthy? And I was thinking about this, you know, running may be an addiction. It has its healthy side, definitely, but it could also be unhealthy, leading to things such as anorexia or bulimia, the person wanting to be so skinny. And I know I love running. I used to run 10Ks a day and I miss it with every part of my being, but unfortunately I broke my leg while running, and since then my legs and feet have never been the same, and now I've got an ankle injury which I'm recovering from, so it prevents me from running. But those can be seen perhaps as good addictions. The addictions that I'm talking about are drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex pornography, and smoking, and these vape things and all of that. It is a chemical need in our brain that we have to have that thing in order for us to survive. Now, to the narcissist, these addictions are a form of supply. So the narcissist who takes drugs enjoys the high of those drugs, and it makes them feel better. It gives them control or lack of control, whatever it is, whatever drug they use. And it could be painkillers. It doesn't have to be illegal drugs. It could be, you know, drugs you can buy over the counter. But that is part of their narcissistic trait. Have you ever asked a narcissist to give up on an addiction that they have? I did, which actually worked, but there were different reasons for it. But all of these addictions will lead to, or may well lead to, dysfunction in the relationship. So they can cause chaos in any relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a relationship at work, a relationship with parents, family, friends. And I'm going to use the drug addiction here, but alcohol is just the same. It is a drug, and it's probably one of the most addictive drugs in the world because it's used by millions of people around the world. And how that will affect your partner and your relationship or your business relationship. So can you imagine somebody who is an alcoholic, as a husband or wife, comes home drunk, starts anger, abusing you? Don't forget that alcohol allows you to become less inhibited. So you basically feel you can do what you want. You have no fear. You have no rational thought. Drugs, very similar. Some drugs, not all drugs. I just want to put that out there. Alcohol, the narcissist may well be the life and soul of a party when they're drunk, but when they get you home, they may change and become abusive away from the people at the party, because Well, they don't want to show them that they're abusive. However, sometimes the mask slips. Now, my next, one of them, we had gone out for an evening. It was a gig, and I listened to metal. And we'd gone out, and I couldn't find him. It was a big club with 3 different dance floors, and I couldn't find him. So I just thought, okay, I'm going to dance in this dance floor. And eventually he came and found me, and he was wasted. And he was being so obnoxious, so nasty, so awful. He was falling over. I was on the dance floor. He was trying to dance. He couldn't. He was banging into other people. And eventually I said, come on, you can't do this. You cannot do this. So we had gone out to this gig. It was a gig at a club. And they'd hired minibus taxis to bring us back to our home. And in the taxi, he was horrendous to all of my friends. These were people that I knew, still know. And he was just awful. When we got home, he tried to sexually abuse me. I called the police. They came, took him away. And for some reason, I took him back. But I did say to him, you can't drink anymore. That's it. If you drink, it's finished. It's over with. So for 2 years, he actually didn't drink. And when he did drink again, it was very much, minimal. 1 or 2 beers. Not to the point of actually, committing some sort of act that is illegal. So that can affect you on a level of fear, of being terrified. I mean, this person was sexually abusing me. And we hadn't been together very long either. I wish I'd never taken him back. But we do this and we learn. So a drug addict who is perhaps addicted to marijuana may become lazy, may decide they don't want to work, they don't want to do anything, sit on the couch all day playing video games and smoking a joint. It's abuse of a different kind, but it's still abuse, because who's working to pay for that addiction? Mixing alcohol and drugs together, oh my God, I mean, that is a complete recipe for disaster, and often one leads to the other and vice versa. As I say, alcohol and drugs cost money, so they may well be emptying your bank account. And I'm not just talking about men, I am talking about women. I want you to remember that. I speak from my own perspective, having been in a relationship with a couple of narcissistic males. So please understand that, take that to the female. There are differences between male and female narcissists, but that's a topic for another video. So let's say your partner is addicted to gambling, and the narcissist enjoys the thrill of the win, seeing that horse cross the line first that they bet on, or seeing boxing matches and they bet on this person. Even gambling like slots machines is or can be addictive. And when they lose, how abusive can they become? Will they blame you? Probably. It's all your fault. Remember, the narcissist is always right. I'm not saying that they are. I'm saying that's what the narcissist thinks. Now, let's say they are addicted to sex and porn. And I have noticed recently many more males being addicted to porn than used to be. And I do think that this is due to modern technology and having our, free access to porn on our mobile phones and other technology. But how will that addiction affect you? Well, first of all, your partner may want you to perform sex acts that you don't want to, that you're like, I'm not doing that. Stick to your guns. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Remember, you have autonomy over your body. Just because you are in a relationship with somebody, whether that is, dating, engagement, married, whatever it is, you still have the rights of your own body. In the Western world, I know that in some countries that's not the case. Again, that is a topic for another video. They may not care how you feel when they're making love to you. You know, climb on top, they get their jollies and you're like, okay, well, what was the point of that? And I've spoken to a lot of women who haven't enjoyed making love because there was nothing in it for them. You know, making love is what it is. It's making love. You are making love to the person that you love. So it should be mutual. It should be what you both want. Now, if you enjoy porn, that is your prerogative. You have every right, and that's fine. But I'm talking about the people out there that don't enjoy this. They may want to film you. And I just want to remind you of revenge porn here. So, you know, do you trust this person completely? Are they going to watch this porn on their phone with a friend or on a laptop with their friend? Are they going to post it later on online after the relationship is over? So be aware of that. I'm not saying that you need to stop it. All I'm saying is be aware of what the narcissist enjoys for their supply. Now, these acts around intimate relationships can become violent. It can lead to asphyxiation. And while there are some people out there that, you know, that's okay for, that's fine. But a vast majority of women are killed by asphyxiation from their sexual partners. It's wrong. If you have not consented to this, it is wrong. They are controlling you and possibly committing femicide. They may want you to watch porn with them and you may enjoy it, and that is perfectly fine. You're a consenting adult, you are allowed to. But make sure you put your boundaries in place. Guys, there is a lot of porn out there online that is despicable, that is horrendous, that is, it diminishes women. And I just want to say that a lot of men think this is great. A lot of men think sex is their right. You are not property. You are not an object for them. As I say, you are an autonomous human being. And talking about porn, coming back to something that happened, I think, last year or the year before, I'm a big fan of politics, and there was a politician here in the UK that was, the whip was taken away from them. In other words, they were, you know, no longer an MP for that specific party. And that's a member of Parliament. For those abroad who don't know the British parliamentary system or governmental system. And he was caught watching porn in the Commons, which is the room where all the MPs sit. And he was seen over the shoulder by a woman behind him, watching porn in a massive room full of people who run the country. Also, I'm going to talk about this in another video because there's quite a lot of sexual abuse that happens in politics, and we can all think of one person, somebody that's quite famous, they're very orange, who has said things that are just despicable. And yet, women still are attracted to these people. And this may well come from a trauma-based childhood. So there was a story recently that I read in the news. I cannot remember where I saw it, but it was about this guy who drunk, I don't know how many pints of beer and snorted how many lines of cocaine, and then went into the beer garden and masturbated for 40 minutes in front of everybody else. This is what drugs and drink make you do. They make you do stupid things. Who does that? Who does that? This person. Obviously, this person who did, and I will try and find that article and pop it in the comments below so you can have a read, because it really is hilarious. I mean, you know, this is what narcissism is all about. It's all about the fact that he went there, off he went on his own, you know, to do his thing in front of other people without a care in the world. He was probably enjoying the reaction that he was getting from the people around him. 40 minutes. So sometimes the narcissist would rather watch porn than have sex with you. Bear that in mind, guys. If you notice any of these addictions, pay attention to them. Have a look at them. Is this affecting your life? Because if it's affecting your life, maybe it's time to leave. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you next time. Blessed be.